We turn to one of the most important fixtures in the UK-Nigeria professional calendar. This year, the British-Nigeria Law Forum marks almost 25 years of strengthening legal and commercial ties between the two countries, a period that has seen Nigerian lawyers rise to senior positions across global law firms, the UK court system embrace more international perspectives, and cross-border transactions between both nations deepen. As global commerce evolves from AI-driven compliance to digital assets, arbitration and cross-border capital flows, the legal profession is being reshaped in real time. For Nigeria and the UK, ensuring lawyers are internationally fluent, technologically confident and commercially prepared is now central to maintaining competitive advantage. Ahead of the BNLF's annual gala dinner here in London, the forum's leadership has been reflecting on what this milestone represents, not only for the profession, but for the wider UK-Nigeria relationship and for the next generation of legal talent. Genevieve and Timothy, thank you so much for joining me here on College Green in Westminster. Genevieve, I can't believe it's going to be almost 25 years since BNLF has come into existence. What does this milestone represent for the bilateral legal and business relationship between the UK and Nigeria, do you think?
Oh, really, really good question. I think 25 years of building bridges, connecting legal minds, fostering trust, deepening commercial and institutional ties between both countries. I mean, when we started, it was about nearly 25 years ago, a small professional network. But I'm so proud that we've grown into a formidable partnership that not only drives policy dialogues, but promotes cross-border work, legal education between both the UK and Nigeria.
I think a lot of people would quite naively assume that it's Nigerian lawyers who benefit from the British legal system, but I presume it's both ways, or even more the other way.
Absolutely, it's both ways. It's been 25 years of collaboration between both countries in the areas of trade, innovation, partnership. We're seeing lots of work in lots of collaboration between both jurisdictions in project finance work, in arbitration. So I think not the misconception that people have, but really it's benefiting both countries.
Absolutely. Timothy, I know that you're leading education and of course the annual gala, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
that's what we're here to discuss, the food and the drink. But what core competencies does a modern cross-border lawyer need, and how is BNLF building that pipeline?
So I think that there are many core competencies that a modern cross-border lawyer needs, but just to narrow it down to a couple, I would say firstly, lateral thinking is really important.
What does that mean for our viewers who are not as smart as you, Timothy?
So being able to think creatively, being able to think outside the box, it's really important because as a cross-border lawyer, by definition, the matters and issues that you're dealing with are not just going to be local to you. And so that ability to think creatively, to have a creative mind when it comes to problem solving is really crucial. And sometimes even that creative thinking means that when you're working on a matter, you realize that actually what you need is local expertise from another jurisdiction. So, for example, an investigations firm or another law firm that can partner with you on this. And so I think, as I said, lateral thinking is really important. I think also understanding cultural nuances and being able to navigate that effectively is also extremely important.
Does it benefit you? We mentioned off air that you just came back from Nigeria. Do you feel like it's a benefit having that, dual nationality, being able to tap into that mindset?
Absolutely. So in fact, I am part Igbo, part Yoruba, part Hausa.
Oh wow!
And so I have a lot
total representation.
So I have a lot of Nigerian.
Wow.
And even sort of having an Igbo side of the family, Yoruba side of the family. Culturally, they are different. The things that they hold to be important are different, and so being able to navigate that even from a familiar perspective is really important. Then when you take it to the sort of legal space, I think understanding cultural nuances, even in the country like Nigeria, we have over 100 different tribes, and so being able to navigate that, being sensitive to that and navigate it effectively, I think is another core competency that's needed. And also I think building networks as well, networks.
Coming up on Channel's Business Global, I'll be sharing more from my interview with the senior leadership at the British Nigeria Law Forum, and I'll be looking back at some of the biggest business news stories of the week. All of this after the break. Do stay with us. Now, before the break, we began our conversation with the leadership of the British Nigeria Law Forum as they mark almost 25 years of strengthening UK-Nigeria legal ties. Let's return to that discussion now. Where are you seeing the biggest demand for UK-Nigeria legal collaboration today, 2025?
Interesting. Interesting. I think there's a lot of focus in, I'd probably say 3 areas. Digital sort of regulation, obviously we're in the space of AI, aren't we, and emerging technologies, governance, and also compliance. So as the investment flows into the country and companies expand beyond borders, what we're seeing is a shared desire for shared standards, for instance in data protection, in fintech, in dispute resolution. Investors want to have confidence in the system and the country they're going into.
Do they have confidence in Nigeria's system?
I think it's improving. I think there's definitely progress. Like for instance, we're seeing a lot of increase in capital markets work, in project infrastructure work, with investors, foreign investors coming into Nigeria. So I think what this is saying is that actually we need to, and this is where the BNLF comes in, actually being that pivotal connecting organisation that brings exactly that bridge that brings together not just investors but regulators, but brings together industry leaders to build that sustainable framework for doing business. So definitely I think things are improving, and with emerging technologies I think the sky's the limit for us. Yeah.
Timothy, you've got your gala coming up in a couple of weeks, but let's go back if we can to the summit in Lagos, which was hugely successful. We're showing some of those images now from that quite big event. What was one standout outcome that will shape your work, the work that you do at BNLF going into 2026?
I think so. So the Lagos Summit, which was led by Genevieve, who's obviously our vice chair of BNLF, and also Kashmir Logan, who's our chair, was a groundbreaking event. It was the first time we had ever done that. And so when I think about 2026, I think we want to break even more new ground. And so it's about forging closer ties, which is what the Lagos Summit was designed to do between members, lawyers, policymakers in Nigeria and also United Kingdom. So looking ahead to 2026, I think that's what we're really focused on doing. So ensuring that our events, whether there be another Lagos Summit, our careers events, networking events, are really working to ensure that we build those closer ties for mutual exchange from an educational standpoint, business standpoint, and just more networking.
Genevieve, do you want to add to that? So I know you were overseeing that.
Yeah, I think definitely it was, as Timothy said, it was a groundbreaking event. It was the first time we've done something of that scale and nature in Nigeria. Obviously, we've been in Nigeria for nearly 25 years, but of that scale. I think for me, the standout moment was we started off with the British High Commission. So the recognition as BNLF as a formidable network there. That bridges, exactly, it's a really big deal. That bridges for 25 years, we've brokered that collaboration, from a legal perspective, bringing together, again, as I said, investors, policy makers, to just create that partnership and create real commercial opportunities. That's what the BNLF is about.
Let's talk about this year's gala. We're all looking forward to it. I almost feel as if the BNLF, the gala at the BNLF in the UK is the beginning of party season.
It is. It is. So absolutely, as you said, I think for us it's our flagship event.
Yeah.
It's a way of winding down, celebrating the successes we've had in the year. So there will be, and I'm sure Timothy is planning that, has so much up his sleeve, but there'll definitely be celebration, recognition of trailblazers, and also inspirational speeches and awards to inspire the next generation of lawyers. So not just about the experienced professionals, but looking ahead to the future.
It's quite a classy do, I must say. It's a very classy do. You've got some big names. Who are some of the big names who are going to be there this year?
Oh my goodness! Do you want to spill that beans now, or okay, right? Okay.
For those who are not on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Indeed. So we have 3 members of Parliament who get to be there. So the governor's trained envoy to Nigeria, Florence Eshalomi MP, will be there.
She's been doing amazing.
Absolutely.
Kate Osimo MP will be there.
Wow.
Helen Grant MP will be there. We have
some of Nigerians' biggest names.
Indeed. So we have the Chief Executive of First Bank UK Nigeria. He will be there as well, Mr. Odunowo. We have Dupsy Abiola of Dragon's Den fame and Intern Avenue. We have people from the Africa Centre, so people from policy.
Gosh, the ticket's still available. This sounds like it's exciting.
So
They're going really fast, aren't they?
It's going to be a wonderful event.
It is going to be a wonderful event. Most importantly, I know that you really do nurture young lawyers. You've got millions of viewers watching, lots of young lawyers, I'm sure, watching from their homes across Nigeria. What sort of message would you give them, Genevieve, to aspire them for building a transnational legal career?
It's really interesting because we covered this topic extensively at the Lagos Summit. There was this debate over, do you qualify globally versus local talent? I think what I'll say is nurture your local excellence wherever you are, be it the UK or Nigeria. I think once
Charity
you're
starts
excellent,
at home.
exactly, once you're excellent at what you do locally, you have the ability to scale globally and transnationally. So I think be a master and, you know, be good at what you do first.
And finally, Timothy, I know you oversee education as well. BNLF is a membership network. How do people become members?
Oh, well, the easiest way is to go to our website. Just Google British Nigeria Law Forum, and there's a section where you can sign up to become a member. We run many events throughout the year, so education events, networking events, career events, and as you know, Genevieve said, we are really looking to build for the future, and we're building for now, but we're also building for the future. We have a junior lawyers division for aspiring lawyers and junior lawyers. They actually held an event last week for talking about sort of qualification and life as a lawyer in Nigeria and also in the UK. And so that's the easiest way to join. And there's lots to look forward to 2026.
Yes, I'll see you in a couple of weeks at the gala.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.